Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you guys can also look me up on LinkedIn under Kasia Johnson, and I post a lot of content there too. That's more from my personal brand because I do run the agency and then I also run the training program. But today we're going to be talking about leveraging the Facebook tools to promote your business. Thank you so much for your time today. You guys are more than welcome to take notes because there's going to be a lot of information. And I just want to get you guys into a place where you're not stressful, you're not doubtful, you really know exactly what you're doing. So we're going to talk about the social media portion a little bit first, creating content, and then we're going to talk about Facebook tips and tools. And we'll have questions at the end. So take notes and then feel free to ask me whatever you would like. So today I'm going to show you how you can kill it on social media using Facebook and to start expanding your business. And that way where you're feeling relieved and confident that you have the right tools working for you between your content and the tools and the tips I'm going to share today. Today's agenda is to determine your target audience, and then we're also going to align your content. And we're going to do some content planning, and we're also going to do Facebook tips and then best social tools. So I'm going to share at the end with you guys the tools that I use to create social media content. A little bit about me. I've been in marketing for 20 years. I actually went to college and majored in marketing and graphic design, worked for a lot of big brands, Fossil, Neiman's, and then also ended up starting my own agency about 8 years ago, woman-owned business, woohoo! And yeah, it's been going really well. And I got lucky enough to be working with all kinds of businesses, anywhere from small businesses to nonprofits to Fortune 500 companies. And there's a big Fortune 500 company, hi, welcome. And there's a big company in downtown Dallas, and we started working with them about 4 years ago on their social media. And what I want you guys to understand that whether you're a small business or a big business, the only difference between the way that you create your social content, the processes are exactly the same. It's that they just have bigger budgets and more people in a room to make a decision. But the processes, I ended up realizing that there's the same for everyone. And I'm going to share some of those here. And what happened is with this Fortune 500 company, one of the execs was like, hey, I don't know really how to use LinkedIn and Twitter. Can you show me how? Because nobody ever taught us that when we were young in high school. You know, we all came in a little bit later, right? And he needed to be a thought leader. He needed to represent himself. And that turned into a training program where we trained 2,500 employees. And eventually I took that curriculum and I also created it for small businesses because small businesses, we don't have the same budgets. I mean, I'm a small business. You know, we can't afford a marketing agency. Sometimes it's just us or a couple people. So I'll give you guys a little bit more information about that. But we're going to get started. So the number one step in social media is to really determine your target audience and bring them tons of value so that the content that you create resonates with the people who truly want to do business with you. So we all know the power of social media. We all know that everybody's using it all the time. We know that 3.5 billion people are on social media worldwide. Half of those people spend their time researching brands. That's a lot. Researching brands and making purchases. So being on social media is the way to go because it's free. It's free marketing. You know, unlike the traditional marketing before, we would have to pay so much money for business cards and postcards and things like that. You know, social media is free. And you may be thinking, okay, well, I need a lot of followers, I need a lot of fans, and that's simply not true. Because these days, especially during these COVID times, people are going in and researching your business. And when they do research your business, you want to have content there that tells a story about your business, exactly what you do, who you are, what kind of services do you provide. They have a really clear understanding of what you do because people want to do business with people, not brands. And so have testimonials. We want to make that connection. And once I get to realize, oh, wow, this is what you do for your business. Okay, they seem legit. You're earning my trust. This is good. I'm going to give you my money, right? And you may be thinking, okay, I'm just going to post anything and anything on social media because, hey, I'm just going to get myself out there. But you're going to end up burning out. You don't want to do that because not all social content is good for your business. You really want to make sure and target it to your specific audience. For example, I love Pinterest. I love to be on there and make a bunch of, you know, things like whether it's for an event, like a birthday party or redoing my house, but that's not where my audience is. The good thing about Facebook that we're talking about today is almost everybody's on there because we all started off with that social platform. So you really want to make sure that you're going to post content not on TikTok and all these other channels, post them on where your audience is. And so you need to determine your ideal customer so you can market to them directly and not waste any time communicating to the masses. And then when you are communicating to your audience, you want to come from a pain points perspective. Like, how are you solving their problem? How are you helping them? It should be less about you and about, you want to tell your story and you want to be authentic, but somehow it relates to helping them. Because people don't want to do, business with salesy people, pushy people. We're dating right now. Social media is like dating. We're going to get to know each other because they have to see you a couple times before they actually really trust you. And so when you don't identify your target audience, you run into a lot of issues. And like I said, being that salesperson, you're coming across very impersonal, you're indifferent to your audience, and you're wasting a lot of time creating content that's just not resonating. And then people don't want to buy from you, and then they're not connecting with you. So a tip to figure out how to determine your target audience is look at your competitors online. These days, everybody's got a competitor there. Go to social media, find your top 3, look at their social channels, look at their Facebook, look where they're engaging. And what you can do, if you're struggling with figuring that out, you can go to your Facebook business page and go to Page Insights. And if you scroll down to Pages to Watch, there's a tab. It will aggregate the businesses around you that are your competitors. Or you can, if you know a competitor already, you can put their name in there, and if they have a business Facebook page, it'll pop up, and then you can see their insights, and you can see what's happening on their page and what engagement is the best. Next, we want to align. So we want to align our business goals to relevant content types and clear calls to action, and I'm going to give you those in just a second, so that way you're grabbing the attention of your ideal customer. This way, you're creating content. This is the reason you're creating content in the first place, is what is your business goal? And so we're going to align those business goals with your social goals, because every brand has a different business goal. Some people may want to sell a product online. Some people may want to, they're a nonprofit, so maybe they want to talk about the nonprofit and the services it provides. Or, some people just want to build credibility. For me, when I first started out, I was posting a bunch of things, and I was posting a bunch of quotes and a lot of motivational stuff and being an entrepreneur, and my friends and colleagues were like, oh my God, this is so amazing, we love your inspiration. I'm like, okay, that's great, but I'm not really pushing anything that I do. And I'm like, well, wait a second, I'm putting all this stuff out there, and thanks guys for appreciating it, but at the end of the day, my goal is to sell marketing through my agency, marketing services, or my training. And so then I started tying to the quotes something back to social media, something to inspiring them to continue to do their social media, something to branding. And if you're struggling with it, go ahead and contact us for a free consultation. And so now, instead of just inspiring everybody, which was appreciated, but for me as a business, I wasn't really tying it back to my sales, right? So it's really important that you tie that, because you don't want to spend a bunch of hours filling out, channels with just anything and everything. So let's get down to the content types. Whenever you're creating content, social media content, you want to make sure that you have at least 3 or 4 of these content types that you're continuing to doing. You're either informing your audience. This is where you can educate them about your product information, your company information, questions and answers. Maybe you're a real estate agent, and this is a great place to be like, hey, when you buy your first home, here's the things that you need to know. So you're coming from a thought leader. If you're a restaurant, then this is where you can talk about, some of the products that you source, some of the food, that you put out there. Even, anything about your business that can educate your consumer. Then you can motivate. This is where you can do touching stories, quotes, and inspirations, but it can always be tied back to you, your business, or your customers. Connecting, this is humanizing the brand. This is where you can do highlights of your employees. This is where you can do testimonials. You can lead. Again, this is where you can do a lot of tips, a lot of like how-tos. If you're a plumbing company, you know, tell me how I got to get ready for the next crazy Texas storm. Hopefully there won't be one, but that would be good to know. And now I'm starting to trust you. And now I'm also realizing, oh, he really knows what he's doing. He's a professional. We can celebrate. So celebrate is, you can highlight individual awards. Like maybe you have a portfolio. You can highlight, you know, your employees that have been with you for several years. Entertain, that's kind of fun too. If you're a gift shop, you know, the entertainment part is every Friday you take them through the store and be like, oh, look at these new products. This is how cool, look at this, you know, this is going on sale. Do something fun, do something authentic. And then you can always promote. And this is where you can do giveaways and contests. And a lot of testimonials. Testimonials are really great because now you have another human saying that, recommending you. And what we do with the testimonials portion is we try to ask a client of ours once a month for a testimonial. And then I take a screenshot of that and then I post it on my social media content. How easy is that? And we just say, hey, how lucky we are. Thank you for the kudos. Loved working with you. The next step is to tie your content to calls to actions. What do you want your audience to do? A lot of times you're putting content out there, but then it's like, okay, now what? So that's the part that's gonna, you know, tie into your business goals. Are you trying to sell something? Are you trying to get them to read something? And this is why you're gonna be posting in the first place. So some of the calls to actions that I have is follow. Like you can ask them to, hey, follow me for inspiration. Share my private Facebook page with your friends because we have sales going on all the time. Click to visit our website. This is where you can set up an appointment, sign up for our newsletter, contact us for more information for a free consultation. You know, I know that a lot of businesses already give away those free consultations, but asking them, was this something that you would like, you know, 15, 30 minutes, again, is that call to action and it gets them to do something. Or buy, you know, hey, buy some products from me. So whenever you're creating all this content, it's really important to plan it ahead of time. My content is planned 2-3 months ahead of time when I'm doing really well, at least a couple weeks. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, it's Cinco de Mayo today. Well, what do I post? Oh, it's Tuesday, oops, you know. You really want to be able to plan that out. You're going to have to spend a little bit more time in the beginning of your business to planning out your social media content, but once it's done, it's easy. After that, it's super, super easy. It's going to save you so much more time. It's going to help you stay relevant. And if you have employees, coworkers, you can always share that process with them and they can help you create content. So what we use is a content calendar. This is really easy. You can use it in Google Drive so everybody has access to it, and it's got the date, it's got the content type, it's got the creative asset, whether that's a photograph or a graphic, and you also have your copy, your hashtags, your links, and we aggregate that every single month. Then every Monday, my team and I, we talk about what's going to go out. You know, I want to also say whenever it comes to creating content, a lot of people get very excited. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create it 5 times a week. And then they burn out. 5 times a week is a lot. That's a lot of content. What I would rather see you do is create content once a week, maybe twice a week if you get really good at it, and do it for 6 months. Because we don't want to bombard them, but we want to constantly stay in front of people. Because people have to see things 15, 16 times to really connect with you. But if they're seeing you constantly on Facebook or maybe on LinkedIn, oh yeah, it's 6 months from now. Oh, wait a second, I do need, you know, a new air conditioner. Let me contact this person. But you're constantly popping up. So once a week is a really good start. Twice a week is even better. Third step is to grow your business with simple Facebook tools that will highlight your brand and attract that audience. So we're going to talk about several Facebook tips and tools today that are really easy to implement but will help you grow your business. And of course, all of this is free. Facebook has gotten very robust. There's a lot of things that you can do within Facebook for your business that we as small businesses used to have to pay for, and now it makes it really easy to be very visible on Facebook. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to create a business page. So that way you're a legit business on Facebook, but it'll also give you insights and metrics. And I'll show you guys that in just a little bit. And then you want to utilize the page details. So when creating this page, you want to have your logo, or if it's you that's representing the brand, you want to have a nice picture of you smiling, professional, and then the headline. Or I'm sorry, not the headline, the banner. And the reason that you want to have a banner there with your products, I would make this a professional photograph if possible. We all have iPhones now or Androids with filters, so that shouldn't be too hard to do even yourself. But if you have a lot of products, maybe you're a restaurant and it could just be food, but take a really nice picture. And the reason you want this visual is because the brain processes visual things 600,000 times faster than text. And so when I come here, I want to see exactly what your business does. And then of course you want to fill it out with utilizing the page details, and that is have your website up there, have your phone number up there, make sure that you have your hours up there, because we as consumers do go to those pages and we're like, but she said she was open till 5. You want to continue to repeat the contact information on your website and on all your social channels, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to have your customer click from one thing to another to another to another to get to what they want. They're not going to do that. They're going to check out and go somewhere else, because we don't have an attention span like that. In fact, Google did some research, and apparently the goldfish has 9 seconds and we as humans now have 8. So because we're just inundated with so much information. Isn't that sad? And we're always on the phone or we're scrolling, so you want to make it very easy. You always constantly want to put the most important information out there. Give me your phone number, give me your email, give me your website. And then you want to use the best templates. So Facebook gives you an option for the type of business that you are. Are you a restaurant? Are you a gift shop? Are you a lawyer? Are you a real estate agent? It gives you templates to set that up in a way that is best for your business. And then finally, you want to enable those reviews. You want to have people put in reviews, and if it was me, I would actually ask friends and family too to go ahead and say, hey, can you write a review? Because we all make decisions on those reviews. And if there's a bad review, that's okay. Because somebody who has all good reviews is kind of like, okay, are they real? Was this all fake? So it's okay. But if you do get a bad review, go ahead and get 3 or 4 more great ones. So that way that review goes down to the bottom, and that it's kind of there, but not everybody sees it. And then to continue on, the Facebook tip number 1 is we want to definitely think about being mobile first. So whenever you do set up your page, go ahead and check it on your mobile phone. Make sure that everything aligns, everything looks good. Like this one, there's a logo here, you can barely see it. And you could see it on their Facebook page, on their actual big one, but not on the mobile. So you want to make sure that everything is seen very well. The second is have a call to action. This is where you have a button in Facebook. Book now, buy now, call me, make an appointment. There's tons. You can either pick one or you can even make a custom one. But that button makes it really easy. It stays right at the top of your Facebook page. Order now. Makes it much, much easier for people to start engaging. So again, it's that call to action. And then update and engage. You do want to at least update once a week with some kind of content that has to do with your business, or maybe a tip. If you don't know what to put in there, find an industry article that's going on in your industry that somebody else wrote and share and say, hey, totally agree with this. Here's some tips. Hope you guys enjoy it too. And then at the end of the day, keep it really simple. Nobody really reads a lot these days, so if you are doing an about page, keep it to 2-3 sentences, because otherwise nobody's going to read it. I've seen ones that just go on and on and on and on. I'm like, nope, it's not a book. We're just trying to explain what exactly is that you do. What is it that you do? Almost think about it like a tagline. So next, we're going to go into video posting. So the 4 types of videos we're going to talk about today is the video in feed, stories, live, and marketplace live. So videos in feed are videos that go straight into your feed. You can give it titles and tags, and you can put some search keywords in there. And believe it or not, here's an interesting statistic, is that most people view videos with sound off. So you want to put those captions. Do you guys know what that number is? What is the percentage of people that view videos with the sound off?
It's like 88%.
You say 88?
Yeah.
You're so close, it's 92.
Yeah, I remember seeing it was really high because we just did a video and I was shocked.
Me too. And I'm in social media. So I'm like, people are watching these videos during work, or maybe when they're trying to put their kid to sleep and they're like, please go to bed. Like, you're right. Like, we've all done that. But yeah, so put in those closed captions. You can do that through an app. Actually, Facebook also helps you do that. There is, you can just Google Facebook closed captions, and you can add that in Facebook to your videos. And then we have stories. Stories are those 15-second videos that go in the highlights. You can make them a little bit longer. I will share an app that will make them seamless, where you can cut it up, but you don't really want those videos more than, you know, a minute or two. Honestly, any video, unless you're doing like a live event, you don't really want it too long. I would say 4 or 5 minutes at most, and that's really pushing it. So, but if you have a lot of information to give, there's 20 minutes worth, well, there you go. There's 5 videos right there that are 4 minutes each that you can post every single week. So don't think that all your content just needs to go out right away. The way you want to think about your content is, how can I make it into chapters? Because you're actually writing a book. And that'll give you more content throughout. And then we have live. And so live is when you're actually live on camera. And this is where you're going to share your improvisational skills. You can have a script ready, but this is more of like in the moment, behind the scenes. There's a flash sale, something going on. Eventually, when you're done with the live, it can go into your feed, which is great. And you can also create an event page for the live. And we'll go into that in just a second. And then we have Marketplace Live. And I'm going to go through all these in the next slides. Marketplace Live is within the Marketplace platform, where you guys know Facebook Marketplace, where everybody sells stuff. And this is within the platform, the portion, and it's great to have like weekly shows there, sales. It's a little bit more like QVC. So let's go into videos in feed first. So again, these are great for longer videos. They can be edited prior, which I like. So I can take the time to edit it down, make sure that the sound is great. This is a video of me on my Merge Forward is the agency that I run, so it's introducing, I also have it on my LinkedIn. It's introducing the company, what we do, and asking for a free consultation. I was able to edit it down just a little bit and make sure that the sound is good and that the lighting's good. And then it's something that you can upload later. You don't have to upload in real time. Then we have stories, and those are the short snippets. And what I like about the stories, it allows you for designs, and you can do those on Canva. Have you guys ever used Canva? Love Canva. And Canva's free. And you can update, but you really don't need to, because they already give you so many templates anyway. And they give you story templates. So easy. And so you can create that. And the cool thing is about these stories, you can actually schedule them in Facebook, which is nice, because now it goes back to planning that content out, scheduling a story, and you can rerun the same stories, every couple weeks. That's okay. Telling about your business. Like here I have do you have a social media question? Should you be posting stories daily? And then I have a video answering that question. So constantly giving those tips. And then we have the live. So live is really fun because it captures attention of your audience, because it's very organic. It's what's going on. Like right now, here we have Bula. It's a restaurant in my neighborhood. Do you notice how beautiful their header up here is? How they're showcasing exactly what they do with their business. And then here we have a Facebook Live with the chef, and he's making this delicious caprese sandwich with this amazing cheese, and he's putting the cheeses on. I watched the whole video. I was just hungry. It was, by the end, it was really nice, and it was very organic. It's in the back of his kitchen, but he's just showcasing how he's doing this. And then you can schedule it as an event ahead. So you can create an event page in Facebook, and then you can promote it, and then, hey, we're going to go live on Friday at 2 p.m. And then eventually that live video will be part of your feed, so you have constant content there too, and it'll also go into your videos, if anybody goes into your Facebook page under videos. Then we have another part to the live. It's called Live Producer, which is in Facebook. This is really cool. So this girl, she runs Apple Boulevard Boutique. She sells clothing she started from her house. She started about 4 or 5 years ago. She now has like 50,000 followers, and I'll share with you how she got that. But she's rocking it on social. So she's doing her live, and she's wearing the products actually. She's selling the jacket, she's selling the dress because she was twirling around in it. And that's what makes live so much fun. Like you can showcase the product, or you can showcase fixing something, or you can showcase doing something. But with the live producer, she can add graphics. So it's like a QVC show where, look at this, it's sold 102, and then it's sold 103, sold 104, and then you've got comments here of I want to buy, I want to buy. And then you can update it in real time, and it gives a sense of urgency, so people really want to buy it. It's really cute, and it's working, because every time that ticker goes up, almost sold out, almost sold out, she's selling them like hotcakes. And then we have Marketplace Live. Now, Marketplace is an interesting space to sell products. What you want to do is you want to go research the marketplace in your area, first of all, what's selling. In Dallas area on Marketplace, a lot of stuff is used, and a lot of stuff is more like Craigslist stuff, and there's also PlayStations for $1, and not all of it's like, I think, legit, you know? So you have a brand new product, brand new service. There's some services that are being sold too, you know, like building arbors and things like that. You can put yourself out there. Just make sure that when you do put yourself out there, it looks very professional. But this is where Marketplace Live comes in, because when you go into that space, again, you've got the live videos, you've got the girls showing their products. It's great because it also allows questions in chat. And so they can ask you questions as whatever, you know, you're showcasing. Maybe you're talking about real estate, you know, buying a home. Again, Marketplace is more for products. If you were going to talk about the real estate portion, I would actually just do it as a live event on your Facebook page as part of the feed. And it allows you to promote the page ahead of time, and then you can post it on your timeline. But this is cool. These girls do a Facebook Live sale every Wednesday at 6 p.m. And they do it every single week. And so it's very consistent, and it gets them a lot of business. So now let's talk about Facebook number 3 is the shopping. And so if you are selling products on Facebook, you do want to create a shop. And so you can create a shop right on Facebook where it directly shows your products, or you can use Shopify Integration, and I'll show you guys that, what that looks like too. And then you always want to display your photos and your menu or your products, whatever, or services even. It could also even be like a menu of services. So recommendation number 1 with the creative Facebook shop is you want to create it kind of like your Facebook page, but it definitely showcases all your products. You want to list all of your products here. And the best thing about this is reaching your audience with so many products at once. So instead of posting one product on your Facebook feed, you're posting all your products right here. And whenever they want to check out, it allows redirect straight to your website. So here I have a product, the sandals, the size. You click here, you go straight to the website, and you check out and you make money. Or they get the shoes, you make money. Now, you can integrate Shopify. So Shopify is a platform that integrates not only with Facebook, but Pinterest and Instagram. Instagram and Facebook are now the same company. And what this does, you can manage all your products from one place. So that way, if I run out of a shirt and I have to take it down off my website, it will automatically take it off my Facebook page too, which is nice. So that way you don't have to update both places. And then the checkout process is super easy, but your website will originally have to be built in Shopify. And then I get a lot of questions about, should we display menus, you know, for a restaurant in our Facebook page? And this goes even into capabilities. I mean, I will say on my LinkedIn and even on some of my Facebook page, it bullet points exactly what I do. You know, I'm not big about telling these huge stories through text, more through visually, and then bullet points. This is the services that we provide, boom, 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 boom. And so if you are a restaurant, you can definitely streamline the experience. Again, it's all about streamlining the experience and making it really easy for people to find information about you and your business. You can add your menu right here in the About section. And what's interesting now is the button that they have, you can integrate with OpenTable and make reservations, but a lot of people are still staying shop now because a lot of restaurants are still doing to-go orders. So, you know, that button may change for your business depending on the times. And then tip number 4, to grow your audience. This is really fun. So here's a couple tips, the 3. Invite to like your page, create a private group, and contests. So invites. This is really easy. So you can invite the connections that you already have in your Facebook to like your business page. And then you can ask your friends to do the same. Hey Julie, hey Bob, can you go ahead and please invite your friends also? Ask some people, hey, I'm trying to grow my business. I'm a small business, can you help me out? Can you please invite some of your friends too? And people will always say yes to things like that. And then you can always send them a private message like, hey Julie, thank you so much for your support. Would you really, you know, I thank you for coming into our store. You've been such a good friend. Can you please like our page? Would really mean so much to me. And that's a really easy way to build traction. The second thing is private groups. Private groups are great because it builds a community and it nurtures repeat customers because they already want to be there in your page. They're already interested in your product or your service. And then it makes your content a lot more visible because whatever you put into that group, they're going to see, it's exactly your audience that needs to see that. And you can also make the group public. It depends. If it is, then you can ask your friends to invite their friends to grow their community at first. Again, this is Apple Boulevard Boutique. She now has 54,000 members. Hers is private because it allows her to control whoever's in there. If anybody's making any rude comments, right? Nobody ever is. It's just everybody's shopping. But if it was, it allows you to control that. But again, here she is posting her product on herself. Not a model, you know, it's a real person. And so it's up to you whether to make it private or public, but at the end of the day, it's a nice place where everybody has a commonality, they're all interested in your service. And then finally, contests. Contests are fun, and that's a really easy way to grow your audience, and it gives a sense of urgency. So again, this is from the owner of the Apple Boulevard Boutique, and this is how she got to 54,000 people. So at first she would buy like a little Louis Vuitton wristlet wallet thing for $200-300, and she'd give it away. That targets her audience, and it would say tag 3 friends, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and then we'll give it away. Well, that contest only really cost her $200-300, and she'd post it on her website, she'd post it on her personal Facebook page, and then on her group page. Now she does a contest every single month. She gives away, this is a beach vacation, it's the same thing. Tag 3 friends, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. And she also mentions the contests at every live video. So at the end she goes, hey you guys, we have 1 more week left. We have under 500 people entered. Go ahead and enter. This is going to be amazing. And so it's a really great way to increase your audience size is to ask people to tag friends. And then finally, Facebook tip number 5 is to use insights. So when you do have that business page, you get insights. So Facebook provides a lot of data, and it tells you how your content is performing right in that platform, which is really great. And you simply click the Insights tab, and then you can tell which content resonates most with your audience, and then you can use this data to continue to post more. So you can see who's liked your page, who's gone to your page, which post did the best, And this is a way for you to see, okay, this post is, whenever I'm talking about this topic or whenever I post about this, this post is doing the best, so I'm going to continue to post. And so if you look at this next page right here, the insights, they will always give you the first 5. They'll display the most recent posts, but if you go below, you can click on See All Posts, and then it'll give you a summary of everything. But it tells me, like, okay, this one, 74. This one, 18. So what is the difference? You know, I'm giving a lot more tips. It's a quote. It's a quote. I always get the most likes on quotes. I don't know. I guess we all just need motivation these days. But it's a quote, and here I have a tip. So that's the funny part, is the quotes are still doing really good. People love that motivation.
You know, Kasia, I use that as like a feasibility on what I might boost.
Uh-huh.
I see how content's going to resonate with someone if I
Yeah.
want to think about boosting it for a page.
Yeah. Before you give money to Facebook, absolutely. That's a really great idea. Yeah. You know which one is doing the best. So now I'm going to go into the design tools that I like to use. And I've used these forever. And just so you guys know, I always download some kind of app or something just to see if I like it more. But these are my tried and true and tested. Snapseed is awesome. Snapseed is like a little mini Photoshop. I use it almost every day for every picture. And I can go in there, and I use just the tools section. There's a lot going on, but ambiance, saturation, make it lighter, make it brighter. The ambiance is great because if it's a picture that's really dark in a dark room, I don't see Instagram giving me ambiance, and I think the iPhone just started doing that, but it'll really cut it down to where it'll cut down the darkness and the harshness of the contrast, especially if it's dark lighting. So I like that a lot. And then I can also add details so it makes it pop. And then I can, you know, of course, scale it down to square or Facebook size. Lightroom is great too. You do need presets, but when you go into Lightroom, you click on Lightroom and then you click your presets for your picture. There's probably 10, and then it pops up, makes your picture look really nice. Canva, love Canva. You can design in Canva all day long. Whenever you are in Canva, make sure, it's really easy to get overwhelmed with all the templates that they offer. So when you're in there, remember, what are the colors for my business? It's blue and orange. Stick with those colors because it's so easy to go off because there's so many pretty things. And then what are the fonts that I'm always going to use? Is it a sans serif font? Is it a bold font? Stick with those. Pick a template that's pretty simple, and then put those brand fonts in there, or brand colors and fonts in there. What I love about Canva too now is that it allows you to create templates with videos, and it's so easy. So I have a Facebook post, for instance, so I know it's 1200 by 630 pixels. I pick a template, and then I pull in my video. Like from my desktop, I just pull. It pops in there, and then I put information about the video, register now. Maybe it's a training seminar or whatever, free consultation, and I can even add a little animation. And it's crazy because 4, 5, 6 years ago, we all had to pay. That animation would have cost me $200, something simple like that. So I'm loving Canva right now. And then Cut Story is a really great app. So if you are doing stories on Facebook and you have a 2-minute long video, you can go to Cut Story, and it'll cut it into 15 seconds. But the way it cuts it, it gives it like a nanosecond on this side and a nanosecond on this side, so your voice is seamless. It doesn't sound like that when it's cut up. So it makes a really nice seamless cut for your stories. And so I use that a lot if I ever post on Facebook my stories. And then of course I'll post it to Instagram too because it supports the same.
Do you use a microphone
I sometimes do.
on the Facebook Live and all the other things you were showing on this video? Or
I would really recommend using a microphone, but it depends where you're at. If I'm at a conference and there's a lot of sound going on, then I will mic myself up. You can buy mics that just go directly into your iPhone. Super easy. And you can buy them on Amazon. And I would always test that audio first. If I'm in a room like this where there's not too much echo, then my phone can pick it up pretty easily. But if there is, like the air conditioning sometimes will pick up, so I would say yes. And then you can always go and edit it later in QuickTime or wherever, where you can just push the audio just a little bit more, but it's never going to be as good as having a microphone. So that's a good question. Yeah. And then Google Drive. Google Drive is great and it's free, and that's where, I put all my social media assets on there. I have a folder that says social media, then I have my pictures, and I have my quotes, then I have my copy. And if I'm ever on a job, or you saw me take a picture today of myself. I'm constantly taking pictures to share with my audience, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm educating, I'm training, I'm a marketing agency. When conferences were available, I would always make sure and do it at conferences. But if you're ever visiting a client or anything else like that, maybe there's opportunities to take pictures there. Or even, opportunities to do stories. Maybe you just got 10 products in. You do stories on that products and you put them into your Google Drive. They sit there and you're gonna pull one down every single week. You don't have to share them all at once. And then Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a great scheduling tool. So whenever I post, I usually post to about 9 social channels. For me to do that from my phone, it would take probably 2 hours. But Hootsuite makes it really easy. It's now about, I think, $40 a month. And it gives you a beautiful calendar view. And it makes it really easy to post to all your channels. It links them to my Instagram, to my Facebook. So when I say post once a week, if you're not using a scheduling tool, go ahead and focus on Facebook, maybe even LinkedIn, because LinkedIn still has algorithms where people are still seeing most of your content. And it's a business place, so if you're a small business, LinkedIn is a really great place to be too. So between Facebook and LinkedIn. But if you want to add more channels, I would go ahead and say use a scheduling tool like Hootsuite. There's other ones out there. I really like this one because it's really simple to use. And then I put in my post, I put in my copy, I put in my hashtags, and then I click Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, if it's under 180 characters, and then I schedule it for tomorrow or the next day. Ours is scheduled out. And it just pops up. It's so nice to wake up in the morning and you're like, ooh, I already posted, and you didn't really have to do anything that day. You just planned it out. And then another fun app. This is a fun app to use if you don't want to use Canva and you just want to do it on your phone. It's called WordSwag. You can create beautiful graphic posts. You can either use color in the background, you can use an image, but what I like about them is that they give me a bunch of stock images that are free. So if I want to put in, I don't know, maybe restaurant or service or beach or whatever, and then I can put in my copy, and then you just click and you change the fonts and it spits it out in whatever format you'd like for whatever social channel. And I do this when I'm sitting in a dentist's office waiting, or I'm picking up my kids from school, because I'm like, hey, I might as well be creating something, right? So that's a really great app to use too. And so we have a giveaway today. We are giving away 5 seats to the Social Content Creation Made Easy Academy. I created this academy, like I said, for small businesses. We took the curriculum that we use for other businesses as we onboard clients. So I do run a marketing agency, and we work with, a lot of different clients in the beer industry and the telecommunication industry and the packaging industry. And we noticed that the processes were the same of creating content. At the end of the day, you can boost posts and you can market them and create all these campaigns, but if your content does not resonate with your audience, you're just wasting time. So this academy is really teaching everyone how to create great social media content. It's valued at $500. That's how much each seat is. It is self-paced. What you do is you're gonna go in and you're gonna create an account, and then you have about a year to do it. It takes about 5 to 6 weeks. I recommend doing it sooner than later, because as COVID times are changing, things are going to get busier for all of us. We may not have this time and space again, and then by then you'll know how to create amazing content. But it's got a lot of PDFs, a lot of checklists, a lot of guides and downloads. It even has a lot of the information that I shared with you guys, like the content types. It goes much deeper into it, the calls to actions, even determining your target audience. It actually has a full 2-page worksheet to download. And then we also have a digital audit checklist in there that's like a 23-page that just goes through and says, hey, how's your SEO, your website, and your social? And it's a checklist of like, hey, all this align. And so this is a way